Good morning. I think we heard very clearly and loudly yesterday and also today in the morning that it's getting tighter here and tougher. And still, there is growth during a recession. This is when I look back the last 30 years, the P&G growth over various recessions and downturns we had, and you see a constant growth. So it is possible. And when we ask, why did that happen? What was the reason? I want to outline 4 key areas, which we did basically every day, which is provide consumer value. First, understand it. Second, create it with innovation, and we heard it, luckily so, several times over the day already. Enable value with cash and cost discipline, and design brand portfolios for value creation. I will focus a bit on the first 2 and the third a bit. Consumer behavior is changing. We heard this already several times. Okay? And if you don't know that, you better go out and walk with people, watch them, understand how their behavior changes. They shop less often, reduce home inventories, go more to discount stores. Promotional buying is suddenly hot. And we heard it, avoid temptations and better plan trips before you buy and spend your money. At Procter & Gamble, and I'll show you 2 examples, we use those consumer insights and turn them into brand propositions which provide actual real value to consumers. Use 4 times less with Charmin. More cleaning ingredients and less water on Tide. Now we are committed to continue spending behind branding. And as you know, we stand for branded products and services that improve consumers' lives every day for now and for the generations to come. That commitment is crucial, and we need to stand behind it during those times, and we do that. And there's work to do, and here, agencies mentioned it several times, we need to work hand in hand with our agencies, in fact, the media vendors as well. It starts with our drive towards productivity. Simplify our work, simplify our structures, our processes, and decision-making. We have an immense undertaking within Procter & Gamble to do exactly that. And why? It will lead to additional capacity as an organization to innovate and work on our brands. And it frees up investments to reinvest into growth. That's a circle which is absolutely necessary to work on. It is tough as managers, and there are tough decisions to be taken, but it is absolutely necessary in those times to come to streamlined, simplified operations and fast decision-making. And there's something what I call connect and develop. What I did, and this is part of my job as a global manager, I travel a lot, I listen a lot, and I share and reapply a lot. Okay? I learn from others, like even those today's, I learn a lot and take it home and apply it on our business. So I share some of the thoughts we have learned, and I have learned personally, and what we do about it. It's about the C's, the challenges we are faced with today, and how we cope with them today. Number 1, I call it consumers. And it is absolutely crucial to meet them, understand them. There are various ways, and I'm happy to see some of the research suppliers here in the room. We still live in a world of silo measurement, single media measurement, and kind of showing us advertisers how good a single medium is to spend our money on. That's not what's the point. We need much more a consumer-centric, holistic measurement. And I'm glad we work with ASMR as a WFA, the World Federation of Advertisers, very much with ASMR on looking into different countries who have propositions to move measurement into much more holistic measurement around consumers. Second, confidence, and we need to build it. I think last year in Venice, I talked a bit about trust, how consumers don't trust advertising anymore. You remember one of the charts where basically advertising is ranked last, just above a salesman, car salesman, in terms of trusting what we say. And that's bad as an industry. I feel bad when I talk about my own job in my family and people say, yeah, advertising, you media guys. That's not right. The same happens with regulators and NGOs. That's why we took an immense effort in the WFA to collect arguments for the value of advertising. And I do encourage you, and I showed it last time, to go on our site and use those arguments in the discussions with your friends, counterparts, and regulatories. Number 3, competition, embrace it. I wouldn't go so far to say partner with them, I think you said it, but embrace competition. This is how it often looks like, okay? That's the environment we live in. Nick Bryan mentioned the 2 moments of truth we have established at Procter & Gamble. The first moment of truth is when you go into a store, you actually grab the product and buy it. The second moment of truth is when you have tried it, you go back and repurchase. And there are different activity systems to win in both moments of truth. Now, in such an environment as you see here, that's a different ballgame. And pair this with the challenges we now have. Much more accountability for every single dollar we spend. Return on investment is all over the place. Media costs are a huge ingredient of our cost, and we need to manage them very carefully and sensitively with an ROI thinking. Times are over where we just spend the money. Times are over where we save something and reinvest it. We want to know exactly where do we get the money, where do we spend the money, and where do we get the best return. Just during the last few months, we have internally, let's say, every Friday evening at 5 p.m., we have an internal meeting to prepare for a meeting on Monday morning at 8 a.m. And you can imagine what happens on Saturday, Sunday to get things done. But every week, we talk media and the media situation worldwide. And for the first time ever, I have seen our CEO, who has a corporate view, making spending choices across countries, across brands, where he sees, he himself, spending priorities and best return on investment. He decides on some aspects beyond his precedence to take a corporate view on how to get a better return on our investment. This has never happened before, and that's in fact a unique opportunity to get media in top of our management's mind and what we can do here. Number 4, collaboration, mean it. That's a crucial one. We live with a value chain, and I heard this word several times with different market constituencies who participate here, okay? Every member in this value chain needs to provide added value, unique added value, not added complexity. What I have noted in the past when we added up our activities to come to integrated communication, we added, here's a promotion agency, an in-store agency, digital agency, whatever agency. And suddenly we had a meeting, and I remember well, one of the agencies is here. We had a meeting, a good one, okay? There were 50 people in a room to work on a single brand in a country to work on what to do on integrated communication. 50 people. It was a great meeting, everybody contributed, we had a broad view, but this is not sustainable in today's times. So I ask every member in this value chain, what is your unique added value to sit at the table to work on our brands? Are you adding complexity or are you adding value? If you only add complexity, I guess you will soon be eliminated. Tell you. Consolidation, watch it. This is a phenomenon I think we see in every aspect of our life, with media vendors, on the supplier side, agencies, and among us. I think we need to watch what's going on here and play with the winners. In times where budgets are tight, we need to take choices where to spend our money. And it is crucial to know where are the future winners. And we look at productivity, efficiency, and effectiveness with our partners on where to invest our money. Now, Charlie asked me to talk about sustainability, and I'm glad he did it. I was a bit surprised as a media manager, but I asked myself, well, what do I talk about? And I, in fact, start with the children. I think I realized myself, and many of you, I guess, as well, I like light. I love it, okay? And I see something. I have never lived so dark in the last few years than with my children. I come home, switch on the light, she comes back, switch it off. But Daddy, let's save energy, you don't need the light. Okay? I've never driven so slowly, because if I speed up, I use energy and waste fuel. Daddy, keep it going slowly. Okay? You don't need to brake, because then you speed it up too fast. Once I came home and I saw this, I couldn't go to the garage. There were about a dozen pots and bowls standing in the rain. So I parked my car up front, walked in the rain to the house, and asked, what the hell is going on here? Okay? Daddy, don't you see it's raining? And I put all the pots out, really a dozen pots, so I can save the water. When it stops raining, we can water the flowers with the water I saved. Okay? Now take that to Procter & Gamble. And we just published a few months ago our 10th sustainability report. And we are designed to innovate sustainably. And we define sustainability very broadly, from a social responsibility towards an environmental responsibility. And it is really a better quality for life for everyone now and for the generations to come. We added this little sentence, and generations to come, a few years ago, explicitly to make sure we just don't deliver today, but we deliver for tomorrow.